Hello and welcome to Real People, Real Lives. I'm Sandy. On this show, we explore the stories of everyday people, their struggles, successes, and the experiences that make them unique. Each episode brings you a fresh perspective from someone with a story to tell. Let's jump in. Today's episode is going to be different. There isn't a guest today. It's just me. To be honest, I've gone back and forth about whether I could even record this. Not sure I'll make it through without crying, and if I do, I'm not going to edit it out because this podcast is called Real People, Real Lives, and this is real. In early June of this year, my husband Dave and I said goodbye to our Boston Terrier, Spike. Some people hear that and think, I'm sorry you lost your dog. But if you've ever loved a pet with your whole heart, you know it's so much more than that. Spike wasn't just our dog. He was our little boy, my shadow, my studio buddy, my kitchen supervisor, and one of the greatest joys in our lives. He was with me almost every hour of every day for 6 years. I honestly don't think I ever walked towards the kitchen without him right behind me. A few months before we lost him, Spike began having digestive issues and was eventually diagnosed with IBD. Our days were spent trying to find the right diet, the right supplements, recording bowel movements, and researching. It took a lot out of us. It was exhausting mentally, emotionally, physically. We did it because he was our little boy, our child. But we gladly did it all to make sure that Spike stabilized and had the absolute best life, like he always had with us. About a week before Spike passed, he began having seizures, out of the blue. We had no warning whatsoever, and it was terrifying. A couple of days at Upstate Veterinary Specialties and an MRI later, we were told that it was a brain tumor, and we decided on palliative care. From that day on, life changed even more for us. If you've never cared for a terminally ill pet, this may sound strange. Dave and I celebrated things most people would never think about. Good bowel movements, a seizure-free day, seizure-free hours, seizure-free minutes, a short walk, a kiss on the face, another request for a belly rub. Our world became really, really small, and those little victories became everything to us. We slept on a mattress on the floor beside him after he came home from the veterinary hospital. Every sound woke us. Every day we quietly asked each other, is today still a good day? We promised Spike, with his diagnosis, that we would never keep him here simply because we couldn't bear to let him go. We would choose his peace over our broken hearts. Today, I know we kept that promise. And I also know that doing the right thing doesn't make it hurt any less. You can know it was the most loving decision you've ever made and still wish with every part of your heart that you never had to make it. People ask me how I'm doing. The truthful answer is I live every day in sadness. I feel like I'm standing on the edge of tears. Sometimes memories from Spike's last day replay in my mind. If that has happened to you after a loss, please know you are definitely not alone. I also want to tell you about another little boy, our Boston Terrier, Jack. We lost Jack in 2020 when he was about 14 years old. He had been with us for 10 and a half wonderful years. His passing wasn't a shock because of his age, but it was still absolutely devastating. For a long time, I couldn't even say Jack's name without crying. Jack taught me something important, that grief changes. The love never becomes smaller, but eventually the memories begin to bring more smiles than tears. I'm not there yet with Spike, and that's okay. Grief has its own timeline. After we lost Jack, I remember thinking that there would never be another dog like him. And I was 100% right. There never was. When we eventually opened our hearts again, Spike didn't come into our lives to replace Jack. He came into our lives because of Jack. Jack taught us how extraordinary the bond between a family and a little Boston Terrier could be. Spike wasn't stepping into Jack's place. He was creating a place all his own. And before we knew it, he had become another little boy who completely changed our lives. I once realized that a huge part of who I am was with Spike. When you lose a pet who was with you every single day, you don't just lose them. You lose routines. I still glance towards his bed. Sometimes I even think I hear little Boston feet behind me. Grief isn't just missing someone. It's learning how to live inside a life that suddenly looks different. If you've recently lost a pet, let me leave you with a few things that have started to help me. Talk about them. Say their name. Tell their stories. Do not compare your grief to anyone else's. Create something that keeps them close. Be gentle with yourself. And please don't feel guilty when hope begins to return. It's funny how life comes full circle. Jack opened our hearts so Spike could find us. And now, because of Spike, Dave and I hope to welcome another rescue Boston sometime this fall. Jack wasn't replaced by Spike. Spike won't be replaced by another little Boston. Love doesn't work that way. Every one of them has their own place in your heart, and somehow, instead of dividing your love, they expand it. That's what rescue has always meant to us. Taking the love one little dog leaves behind and giving another little soul the chance to experience it. Spike, I hope you knew every single day of your life how completely you were loved. Every medicine, every sleepless night, every walk where I carried you home, every kiss, every cuddle, every moment was our way of saying you matter. Thank you so much for making me your mama. Thank you for every kitchen patrol, every laugh, every cuddle, every walk. You were my little boy. You always will be. I love you, and I will carry you with me for the rest of my life. If your pet is lying beside you today, pause this episode for just a minute. Sit on the floor with them. Take them for that extra walk. Give them one more belly rub. Tell them you love them. Because one day the ordinary days will become the memories you treasure most. Thank you for spending this time with me. If Spike's story helps even one person feel a little less alone, then my little boy is still making a difference. And I think he would have liked that. I'll see you next time on Real People, Real Lives.
Thanks for listening to Real People, Real Lives. If today's story resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and leave a review so you won't miss future episodes. And remember, every person has a story worth hearing. Until next time, take care.